but not least, is the Xerath for Tenshi. I don't actually know much about the Victor Xerath matchup. I was always kind of under the impression Victor was pretty good into those like mages. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about mid lane. Analyzing these drafts here, we do all the usual nonsense with the visibility.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay. Awesome.
30 seconds.
I dare say that's a prepared stream. Happy with that. Both teams go for the 5 point. Nothing too crazy going on. I know better than to look at whatever's going on in chat right now. Okay, fine, we'll just have a sneak peek. That reminds me, let me zoom out. Look at me, guys, I'm getting better at day by day. Okay, never mind. Wasn't interesting.
Minions have spawned.
Let's take a quick look at any loadouts in sight. Oh, they're going for a ward here. They're walking into Ben, gets the Q. Potentially lands a W. Nothing of any real substance there. We're seeing. Oh, let me get rid of these. We're seeing Conqueror. Okay, to be honest, all of Racketeers' runes and stuff I don't think are anything too special. We are seeing the phase rush on, really important into these like really aggressive, will beat the shit out of you in melee range champions. And now that I'm looking at it, that's still not right. I'm just gonna quickly refresh the stream. What is going on? Okay, no, okay, now the stream looks right. Sorry guys, sorry for all the hassle. Aggressive trading in the bot lane, Chop the Farmer immediately losing so much HP. Same in the mid, honestly. Terminus really dominating these early trades. No surprise with the Karma. Kevin played his level 2 pretty nicely. Got that advantage there. Going even in the top lane, a little bit of nonsense. I feel like both Joe and Rack are known for their wet noodle fighting early game, until one of them randomly dies for no reason. So, I think, guys, get used to directed camera taking a nice little gander at top lane about every 5 seconds. Though, to be fair, we're getting a lot of screen time on bot lane here. Both junglers full clearing down to their bot side. Neither of them have phenomenal ganking pressure early game. Trundle's definitely not going to be able to do anything into this, like, when his bot lane's pushed in. Nocturne might still have a chance. Right here in the top lane. Gets the brittle auto. The phase rush keeps him from trading back too many auto attacks, which means it's a pretty good trade for one. Oh yeah, Chop really is losing HP. Already popped both of his potions by now. Armor key doesn't quite connect. That might have been a nail in a coffin right there. Nocturne skipping his Grump, immediately walking down to the bot lane looking for the gank, but the Tribush is warded. Honestly, good play from Terminus here. Although Spies doesn't seem to give a fuck. Q's in anyway, gets CC by the Leona, pops the cleanse, the E comes out. The CC is there, but it's not going to be enough. He walks away. The fear comes out from Nocturne onto Dabis. He's fleeing, but he keeps a lot of his HP. Judgy Rock's forced to flash away, but he's stuck in the alcove between a rock and a hard place. Trundle's Pillar, the counter gank is really big here, but nothing is going to come of it. Unless something is going to come of it. Spies keeps going. Nocturne left on very low HP. Blazicus very low HP on the turret as well. They're all so low HP. Count the amount of times I said low HP. It was like 6. Overall, a lot happened, but not much actually happened, you know what I mean? Sums were used on both sides. 2 sums on both sides. Exhaust and Flash from Leona and Nocturne respectively. And Heal and Cleanse from Armor and Vayne. Trundle doing a little bit of trolling in the enemy jungle. I mean, he gets CC'd by Leona, the E is following, but nothing happens from it, and their bot lane is now here to come and join the fight. Is Dabis going to be able to find anything? Nocturne is very low, but pops a spell shield to dodge the Q. Is Blazicus going to be caught in position? He dies to the tumble auto attack, and that is first blood over to Vayne. What nonsense just happened? I know, Jenna, I surprise myself sometimes. I can count to 6. What a random kill. I thought Trundle was inting, until Trundle wasn't inting anymore. The infamous top lane dueling. What we all like to see. So, looking at this, I would say that the Terminus bot lane are in a dastardly good position. I'm going to pan us away from top lane for a second to take a look at this bot lane wave state. They are going to be pushing it here, but I don't see Vayne missing more than 3, 4, at a stretch 5 of these minions. Which puts her, I think, in a really good spot. Especially with that kill, the pickaxe is there. Those Q auto attacks are going to be doing enormous damage. I'm going to check if she's maxing it real quick. She isn't. She's going for the W max, but the autos regardless will be doing a lot. Yeah, didn't miss too many minions there. I think a really good spot here. No plate for Misfortune just yet. Knockdown hovering around the bot lane river. Maybe going to be looking for a gank or maybe the Raptors. Either way, Trundle's moving for the crab. Victor might be caught out here. I can't tell because it's showing us bot lane. The Fear is going to connect, but then Trundle is here. He's going on Tenshi. Tenshi has the flash, has to pop it. Jajirox is going to walk out of there fine, but Tenshi does lose a flash. They trade 50% HP for 50% HP and a flash. So overall good for Terminus. And you're going to keep looking for poke, keeping that pressure onto the Xerath. He knows he knows he's on a timer with this knockdown. Knockdown's level 4, but as soon as he gets to level 6, everyone in the game has to start playing around that, you know. Oh, Nocturne is aggressively hitting the dragon. Tenshi's walking into Trundle here. The pillar is there. Aye, that's a dead Xerath. That has to be a dead Xerath. That is a dead Xerath. And Jajirox is also forced off of the dragon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can be hitting the dragon in that scenario. And you definitely can't be face-checking that bush as Xerath. That is another kill over for Terminus. Trundle, what? I'm getting deja vu, guys. Didn't this happen like 2 minutes ago? Trundle kind of fishing around in that red side blue buff. Don't think anything's going to come of it. Unless something does come of it. Nice. Guys. Trundle's going to be hitting that. Oh, Trundle's going to be hitting the drag, but guys, do not look top lane. Something very interesting is going on. You know, I've been seeing this recently. Rack has been a big fan of these proxies. Oh, Chop the Farmer flashes, but it's too late. The Condemn goes through anyway. The barrier has to be popped, but I think he's going to die anyway. The tumble Q forward to the Silver Bolts proc, and that is another kill for Vayne. I mean, yeah, oh my god, Racketeers, you just can't be positioning like this. Not into this Karma and Vayne nonsense. And the dragon goes over to Terminus. And I mean, honestly, I mean, Ornn is keeping up in CS. Only 7 behind in this matchup. That's a fucking miracle, especially in like a 1,000, 2,000 LB deficit. Karma looking to punish Rax for his proxy here. They're cancelling the recall, which by itself is enough, I will say. Ornn is coming here for the flank. Rack does have the ult, flash, and ghost available, so I'd be surprised if he dies here. The E comes out, doesn't ult that one. The ult comes out now, the ghost is procced as well. Doesn't get CC by the Karma W because of the ultimate, but the Ornn ult is going to come out. The W comes out from Victor. Jajirox might be fucked here, gets caught in the Victor ult, and is just going to die for someone else's sins. Poor bastard. Another kill over for Terminus, and another objective over for Terminus. Gotta say, Terminus putting on a bit of a clinic here. I think their coordination has just been far better than Racketeers. And I mean, this is kind of the thing. Proxying is, like, especially proxying where he was there, you've just got to die. Like, if you're not, you never try and survive there. If you get chased at by a Trundle and a Karma, you take the L, try and survive until next wave, see if with your Tiamat you can pop a few of those minions. But it's never worth running, because you lose all the tempo, which is the entire point of proxying in the first place. And sometimes you just get your fucking Nocturne killed. But on the bright side, Nocturne is now level 6. We are going to start seeing those darknesses come out every minute and a half or so. And here he is. Rack is back at it again. Doesn't have the ghost this time. Does have the doesn't have any summoner spells. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, guys. That playstyle is so repulsive, so I am actually happy to see him die for it. It's rare that the jungler's just in the right place at the right time in that situation, but that time he was. Jajirox sitting in Tribush here, positioning for an ult onto the bot lane, but Victor is randomly here. but walked away just at the last moment. The ult comes out after the E lands onto the Vayne. The flash is popped from Vayne. Isn't going to get caught by the Nocturne E, but the CC does still land. Q's in, has the cleanse, but the TP is coming out from Ornn here. He doesn't have the Call of the Forge God available, but Vayne keeps going. Is he going to find Blaziken? Blaziken is going to fall. Vayne dies to the Xerath ult, but in the back there, Nocturne is caught out by the Victor and Ornn. So it's a 2-for-1 for the side of Terminus. The Vayne shutdown went over... God, who did the Vayne shutdown go over to? I want to say the Xerath? No, it went over to Nocturne. But that's probably not that big of a deal, to be honest. The flash forward from Jack here onto Tenshi. Tenshi doesn't have the flash available just yet, but Jack does not have the sticking power to stay on him long enough to kill him. Ornn bases, walks top. Rack got 2 plates for that play, which isn't nothing at all. Overall, I'd say that play was actually fairly even if 2 kills went over to Terminus, because the TP was invested by the Ornn. A lot of summoner spells, I think every summoner spell, Vayne and Karma's, you know, I think overall it's a pretty 50-50 play. Spy's walking up here, definitely cannot be doing that, but doesn't get punished for it this time. Rock's clearing vision. I was about to say for grubs, but there's only one set of grubs nowadays, isn't there? Back in my day, you had to play for all 6. Ornn might have walked up a little bit too far here, but he does have the dash available. Never mind, Ornn has never walked up too far. Rack tanks a turret shot. What the? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, the W shield comes out, but the Q is there as well. And the E, and that is a solo kill onto Rack by Joe. Oh, it feels fucking good, baby. Yeah, I mean, Rack just went about 25 steps too far. And honestly, Joe punished it really nicely. I love seeing the Twitch chat go insane whenever there's something like this happens. I mean, I've been trying to play even Stevens here, but 9-1. We've got a 4k gold deficit at 12 minutes. Grubs and Dragon. Racketeers are going to have to pull off a miracle to get themselves out of this position right here. Or maybe they're just going to have a Spies in the game. I've got to say, Spies walks up in ways which I don't think any human has attempted before. What an absolute demon. We do have Rav Hydra on this Olaf, which means trades don't actually mean anything anymore. And is he gonna proxy? Oh, he's gonna proxy. Thanks a couple turret shots, but you're gonna see that as soon as the next wave gets here, it doesn't matter how much damage this Olaf champion takes. Alright, place your bets. I'm gonna count the seconds when he starts hitting to full HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's basically full HP, right? Yeah. And he even tanked a turret shot in there, which is the crazier part. Ornn comes out to kill the wave. The flash and the ult comes out from Olaf, and I think he's just going to get that kill and walk out scot-free. Judgy Rocks went for Spies there, but he's going to live on 1 HP. Flashes away, but I don't think it's going to be enough, unless it is going to be enough. I think Jack could have killed him, but doesn't. Blaziken might be paying for the sins of someone else right now. He's going to fall. Are they going to be able to find anyone else? The W comes out from Trundle. He's definitely going forward for it. The flash comes out from Misfortune. She's going to survive as well. We didn't catch what happened there because I was busy counting how long it took Olaf to heal to full, but I'm assuming Spies got ulted and then lived on 1 HP, which for Judgy Rocks must be pretty fucking miserable, especially when he's got those ulti hunter stacks to play for. But in the meantime, Rack does finally get a kill onto the Ornn. I think Joe should have just left that wave. He ulted for it to try and get it aggressively. Although, first turret is going to fall with it, which means that we don't catch those easy feats for Terminus just yet. If they aren't able to finish off that turret themselves, the rotation from Tenshi prevents it. Ooh, I don't think Olaf can either. I mean, Ornn can either. He's gonna get ran at here. Actually, I underestimated Phase Rush, clearly. The Q does connect, the undertows are doing a lot of damage, but yeah, he's just gonna walk out. No mana, not enough mana there for Ornn for a big overcommit. On the bright side, another dragon over to Terminus. Despite about a minute of some faltering. That 4k gold lead narrowing down to 3,700. How are they going to recover? I'm not sure they are. Good tea, guys. Sometimes you've got to settle down and enjoy the finer things in life, like a nice cup of tea. I think the Terminus bot lane here is going to be looking for the turret, and then a kill or potentially the Condemn comes out. There is a flash available, but I don't think it's going to mean anything. And Tenchi's going to fall. Dabis gets the kill, unfortunately. But not really that big of a deal. A lot of dying for turrets this game. Or a lot of dying to protect turrets this game. The Herald is being taken by Racketeers. That 3,700 gold lead has quickly spiraled into... Well, it was 5,000. That Herald taken. Princess of Power might be out of position, but he does flash the Leonity. Not that we saw it, because that was the craziest leg spike of my fucking life. But in the end, nothing happened there in the mid lane. I think we're going to see Victor shunted off to one of the side lanes about now, which I know Ben won't be happy about playing into Nocturne. Although they might actually just be looking for Olaf. I will say that's not an easy kill right now, with the ult available. I'm assuming he's going to ult the Ornn ult, or just sidestep the Ornn ult. The pillar will come out, one of the only things that actually can stop an ulted Olaf. Not that we would know because he still hasn't pressed ultimate. There we go. Nothing was going to happen, as I thought. Now, let's look at the positives here. I was kind of talking about it in pre-game, but Racketeers comp is super punishing. Actually, let's hold that thought. We have a fight here. Okay, I'm going to restart my thought. The fight's over. Racketeers do have a comp which punishes mistakes really hard. I don't think there is, like, no way for them to win this game. They're definitely in a rough position, no way around it. And I'm going to hold that thought again, because we're coming the ult. We have the ult out from Judgy Rocks onto Trundle. The fear lands as well, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Judgy Rocks is just going to fall to that damage, and Rack 96 on low HP, and Trundle's just going to finish him off. What is Trundle doing? He's going absolutely feral. You know, I was just trying to say some positive things for Racketeers, but hard to think of any positive things for Racketeers right now, especially when Chop the Farmer's just going to get absolutely obliterated by Spies and Victor there. Spies and Victor. Spies and Ben. The classic League champion Spies. And the classic UNL player Victor. And Ornn is dead. I see. UJP? Question mark? Just couldn't help but recall right next to the artillery mage on one spell's worth of HP. A bit of a slow period of the game right now. You're looking at those objective timers. Dragon's up in 1 minute and 45. No void objective to play for almost 10 minutes. Atakan is going to come up in a couple minutes here. We've got the bot lane Atakan this time. Which means, wouldn't surprise me if whatever play arises around bot lane on this Dragon or Atakan is a game decider. Because I assume whoever wins it gets both objectives. I think this is always one of the most punishing formations of Atakan to play against. It only takes one misplay to essentially lose all your objectives. Both solo laners for Terminus just walk to the same lane. So we're losing a lot of time in the top lane here. Judgy Rocks runs that Herald into mid lane, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to die for it. He's going to try and trade back Spies. Doesn't, but does trade both summoner spells. And, I mean, Rack is just absolutely demolishing these bot lane turrets, and I don't realistically think Terminus can trade anything back for it. Especially when that Misfortune ult is popped so aggressively. Let's see what's going on bot lane here. Is Rack going to get this turret? Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, he is, and then he's going to heal to full HP afterwards. Olaf is such a vile champion. We do have Jack coming up here on the flank, but Joe might be dead long before that. The Qs just keep landing, the undertows keep coming, but the brittle auto is there as well. It's not going to be enough, and Jack is going to come up and munch that last kill. Dabis almost killing Chop the Farmer there. I'm assuming they had a little bit of a scuffle around the vein. To be fair to Rack, just took 2 turrets and a kill. This is the Rack special we all used to know and love, right? Feel like it's been a while since I've been seeing it. Conversely, finally, Terminus are going to be taking a turret on one of their side lanes. Victor, I don't know why I said that like they haven't already gotten bot lane, but Victor is going to be finishing off that Yeah, it's a 1 in 3 Olaf, but to be fair, it's a 1 in 3 Olaf on 5 plates and like 9 CS per minute. The champ, don't get me wrong, the champion is broken, but he isn't poor. Wait, I'm supposed to be impartial as a commentator. The champion is slightly too strong right now. Chop the farmer is dead. Let's be honest here, guys. He's dead. No flash. Oh, never mind. Chop the farmer's alive. Sorry, guys. Suck at casting. Rack 96 is never realistically caught out. I think Davis might be, though. Never mind. To walk out of there. We're just going to see Terminus playing for this dragon, I suppose. It's their sole point after all. Judgy Rocks might be caught out. The Karma Key doesn't land. I think Racketeers are going to be going for the retaliatory mid lane split push. Trundle going to be trying to finish this dragon as the rest of Racketeers push upwards toward do the same to top lane, I assume. Judgy Rock's not going to fish for anything here. Doesn't have the vision to do it if he wanted to. And yeah, I mean, Racketeer is going to be opening that top lane, but I'll be honest, it isn't like an equal trade. This is absolutely favoured for Terminus. These outer turrets really don't mean very much, like in the scale of things. Especially not when you're splitting the gold between 3 people and one of them is a support. Zerath looking for the steal with the ult, doesn't quite find it. That is 2 objectives over to Terminus, and they have that soul point to play for now, still sitting a comfortable 12 kills ahead of Racketeers, but I will say, Racketeers have been performing fairly well the last few minutes. After such a rough early game, you'd think they'd be doing worse than they are right now. Nocturne is fishing for the Victor here. Victor's going to be recalling, but I'm not sure he's going to get out in time. No, that's a dead Victor. The ult comes out from Nocturne there, the Fear as well. The ult is put onto Tenshi, which does actually burn a flash, so wasn't all for nothing. But that's an 800 gold shutdown over to the Nocturne. If you remember earlier in the game, I was talking about Nocturne's ultimate timer and how Ben won't be very happy when he has to play around it. And I guarantee he just said to himself, fuck! I can't believe I forgot about it. In a very typical Ben fashion. On the other side of the map, Fire's going to be trading a couple camps. Dirty Rocks. There's one thing I know about this man is that he does not like giving up his raptors. So he'll make sure he gets at least one of those little ones. I would never spread top lane propaganda, Asher. Let's not accuse me of anything here. We are seeing 3 items on the Olaf. That guy is Thanos right now. He is insanely strong. I think Trundle and Vayne are fairly good ways of dealing with the champion, but definitely still extremely strong right now. Oh, Rack just doing a little bit of sightseeing. Jack is not going to let that slide. There's something quite funny about Trundle running at people. The ult is popped. Honestly, Trundle, oh my god. The flash comes out from Rack, so is the ghost, but Davis doesn't walk the long way. The W, the movement speed from this, oh my god, wow, Trundle is even better into Olaf than I thought. Olaf has just ran down and killed. Chop the Farmer cannot walk the way he just did. What just happened? That was illegal. Yeah, oh my god. Just a couple kills over to Terminus. Olaf popped both Sums and Ultimate just to get run down by Trundle anyway. I mean, I've got to say, Jack is putting on an absolute clinic this game. Like, really well played to the Trundle here. Maybe we'll finally do some damage to this mid turret with Xerath predisposed in the top lane. I'm not sure though. Next wave isn't for a little while. Victor's going to be looking for that bot lane turret. Rack is up in 5 seconds. Chop the Farmer just respawned. Does have the ult available to clear a wave if he needs to, but he's running bot lane, not mid. Xerath is running mid to try and deal with that wave, but the damage is finally coming out into this mid turret. This is an important turret, to be fair, and it finally goes over to Terminus. 1 E from Victor just did like 60% of that Misfortune's health. Killed it back with Bloodthirster, but still crazy. What just happened with Ornn? I could be mistaken, but is Call of the Forge God not on cooldown right now? And wasn't there 0 enemy champions next to him? I just saw it on the minimap and I thought something's going on here. Maybe we'll take a little peek at that one in replay. Did they say anything about it in chat? They might be talking about it in chat. No. Well, whatever. Maybe I'm imagining things. Baron is the card on the table to play for. The ace of the game. Blazicus fishing for these wards. Dabis as well. Dabis is walking into Judgy Rocks here, but he is not by any means alone. Frack 96 playing aggressively into this river, but Terminus want that Scuttle Crab, and they are just not a contestable force right now. I thought Rack might have gotten absolutely ruined by a pillar there, but nothing too disastrous. We do also have the drag coming up in 30 seconds, which is something which Terminus will definitely have on the back of their mind. But say we haven't had any major team fights yet for Sam to do some wrapping over yet. Hopefully we'll get one by the end of the game. What's the point of a Sam stream if he doesn't start rapping? Judgy Rocks is going to be just walking into Joe here, although he does have the sweeper available. The E isn't going to quite find the knock-up, neither is Spire's Condemn. Victor's TPing in here, they're really playing for this drag control. Baron was in fact not the card on the table to play for. Dragon is now what's on the menu. Rat going to be walking forward aggressively. The Undertow doesn't quite find its target, and the damage is just coming out into this Dragon here. They're just going to try and finish it off. Is Jack going to miss the smite? Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it. And Terminus get the smite, and that is the Dragon over to Terminus, which means the soul. The Ornelt comes out. Spies are going to kill Chop the Farm in the backline. Potentially is quite out as well. Spies is just rinsing everyone, and in the front there, the Victor damage is just too much. I mean, I wanted to cast, but it was over in 3 seconds. I think that might be game. And I would be lying if I said that judgment wasn't at least partially informed by the fact that Jack is in Twitch chat, because he does not respect the art of letting the game finish before you type. Honestly, spoilers, am I right? Who could have known this game was going to be a win for Terminus? Are Terminus going to play with their food, or are they just going to hit the Nexus? They are just going to hit the Nexus. Oh, never mind. Jack's doing a little bit of dancing. Judgy Rock's going on to Abyss, but not going to find him. And that is GG's. A nice little comfortable win for Terminus. I dare say some might even call it a stomp.